Welcome to our Season 9 reunion. I'm the show's creator and your reunion host, Carlos.
To be honest, this is one of the most emotional, intense, and deeply personal stories connected to the world of reality TV. I urge you to stay with me through this entire video, especially if you've ever followed the journey of love and marriage, Huntsville. What you are about to hear will likely change the way you see not only the show but also the people involved, the production process, and the harsh realities that happen behind the scene. This isn't just about a TV show getting canceled. It's about betrayal, exhaustion, power struggles, and one man who finally reached his breaking point and said, "Enough is enough." So please don't scroll away or click off. The truth that the cameras never captured is finally going to be exposed. Let's get into it. In a move that no one expected, Carlos King, the creator and executive producer of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, finally broke his silence. After months of speculation, he addressed the rumors directly and dropped a bombshell that left fans speechless. He didn't sugarcoat it. Carlos confirmed that the show isn't just taking a break. It's officially coming to an end. The show that gave us unforgettable moments, heated confrontations, and raw, unfiltered looks into the lives of Black couples working to build generational wealth and love. It's all over now. But why? According to Carlos, the answer is not simple. It's layered, messy, and soaked in emotional and mental exhaustion that pushed everyone involved to their limits. From the never-ending war between Melody Cherie and Martel Holt, to the heavy burdens carried by Kimmy and Maurice Scott as they tried to keep the peace, and the fierce defenses mounted by Marceau and Letitia Scott to protect their marriage, the tension behind the scenes became unbearable. Carlos finally decided to let the fans in on everything that has been simmering under the surface for years. It all began subtly on social media. Carlos made a post that read only a few words: "The end of an era." The words were few, but their weight was heavy. Fans immediately flooded the comments. Some thought he was joking, others feared the worst. Was this a hint? Was Carlos really saying it was over? Soon after, Carlos went live and set the record straight. What he shared wasn't just sad, it was devastating. With honesty and vulnerability, Carlos admitted that Love and Marriage, Huntsville, had become too toxic to continue. Yes, the drama that drew viewers in every week had spiraled into something much darker and much more destructive. The production team could no longer control what was happening. The cast couldn't function as professionals anymore. And the heart and soul of the show, the original idea of showcasing love, growth, and the beautiful struggles of Black relationships, was lost. But according to Carlos, the real problem wasn't even the chaos we saw on our screens. It was everything we didn't see. Behind the cameras, the arguments became so intense that they interrupted filming. Cast members clashed not only with each other, but also with producers. Some formed cliques and alliances. Others suffered emotional breakdowns right on set. The story of Melody Cherie and Martel Holt, once the centerpiece of the show, had reached a point where the two couldn't even stand to be in the same room. Their personal issues had grown far beyond reality TV plotlines. These were real-life problems, legal battles, custody fights, deep wounds, and they were bleeding into every corner of the production. Phone calls turned into screaming matches. Meetings broke down in tears. Even the energy on set became heavy and suffocating. Then there was Maurice and Kimmy Scott. They tried to be the peacemakers. But as Carlos said bluntly, when your cast members spend more time trying to stop fights than actually filming scenes, your show is no longer working. Kimmy, who has been facing her own private health struggles, didn't need the added weight of playing peacekeeper between adults who refused to communicate. Maurice was caught between his duties as a husband and his loyalty to his brother Marceau. It became overwhelming. Carlos saw it all firsthand. He watched as these strong, capable people were pushed to their emotional limits. And that wasn't even the worst of it. Fans have always speculated about Marceau and Letitia Scott's marriage. Were they as solid as they claimed? Or was it all for the cameras? Behind the scenes, Carlos admitted their united front became both their greatest strength and their Achilles heel. They stood by each other fiercely. But what started as defense turned into defiance. When that defiance clashed with production decisions, it led to chaos. According to Carlos, the entire cast fractured into camps that no one could manage anymore. It wasn't just the cast, his own production crew was divided. Some producers started choosing sides. Trust was gone. Secrets were spilled. Manipulation ran wild behind the scenes. Carlos exposed how some producers started favoring certain cast members, twisting storylines to protect them. Instead of collaborating to make compelling television, people were fighting for power, influence, and control over how they were portrayed. The media didn't help either. Carlos spoke candidly about how the relentless pressure from the press and social media became a wrecking ball for the show. Every Instagram post turned into gossip. Every disagreement became a blog headline. Fans weren't just watching the show, they were dissecting every detail of the cast members' personal lives in real time. The cast couldn't breathe. Melody's performances were picked apart. Martel's custody battles and rants on Instagram became tabloid fodder. Kimmy's health updates became public conversation. Marceau's business disputes were front-page drama. The line between entertainment and real life disappeared. Carlos said plainly, the cast was suffocating. Some cast members started begging to be released from their contracts. Others refused to film altogether. Melody had reached her breaking point. She was tired of being criticized for every move, exhausted by the never-ending conflicts, and done with being portrayed as the villain or the victim. Martel, too, was crumbling. His custody battles, public arguments, and media scrutiny were taking an unbearable toll. He wasn't just the show's troublemaker anymore. He was a man falling apart under immense pressure. But perhaps the most shocking revelation came when Carlos shared that someone inside the cast had been secretly sabotaging the show. Carlos wouldn't name names. Fans have speculated whether it was Martel, Melody, or someone else entirely. But whoever it was had been leaking private information to the press, causing chaos and fanning the flames of conflict behind the scenes. This betrayal cut deep. And once trust was broken, Carlos said, there was no fixing it. Carlos tried everything to save the show. He organized meetings, attempted to reset the dynamics, offered second chances. But nothing worked. It had gone too far. The only way to end the suffering was to walk away. What was once a groundbreaking, powerful show about love and legacy had become a battlefield. But what does this mean for the future? Carlos reflected honestly. He said the ending of Love and Marriage, Huntsville might change reality television forever. He called out the industry's obsession with conflict and chaos. At what point does the pursuit of ratings destroy the very people the shows are built around? Carlos admitted that when he first created Love and Marriage, Huntsville, his vision was pure. He wanted to showcase the beauty, the strength, and the complexity of Black families navigating life, love, and legacy. But somewhere along the line, that vision was lost. And now, he's walking away. He's challenging networks, producers, and viewers to do better. To ask ourselves, what do we really want from reality TV? Is it just fights, drama, and scandals? Or is it authentic stories of connection, growth, and healing? He left the door open for new projects. I'm done with the toxicity, Carlos said, but I'm not done with storytelling. As we wrap up, Carlos asked us to think about the cast not as reality TV characters, but as real people. Maurice, Letitia, Kimmy, Melody, Martel, Marceau. We watched their highest moments, their most painful lows, their heartbreaks, and their triumphs. And now, their journey on love and marriage, Huntsville, is over. But maybe, just maybe, this ending is also a new beginning. Maybe it's the start of something healthier, more honest, and more meaningful. For fans who have been watching since season 1, this is your moment to reflect. Share your thoughts. Comment below. This moment won't just change the lives of the cast members. It will leave a lasting mark on reality TV as a whole. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. We will continue exploring this story because, honestly, its impact will be felt for a long time.